Alright, next map, as you can see here, is Cool Carnival. Where I like to place mines. This, obviously, is a very good loop spot for the survivors, as they could just loop around here very tightly, and you probably won't be able to catch up. Now, granted, you could just, if they run up to the wall, do something like that. And if you curved it earlier than I did, then it would drop them from all the way up here. Let me make a better example of what I mean. That. Yep. Now, if they see you winding up your spikes, they keep running or run the other way, which you can obviously go to cut that off. But if they're running on any sides to where your trap is, you could just block off their way. So the only exit is through you or the trap. Both ways, again, you can do this. So this one might be a little less lenient, so might be a little harder than the other side, I mean. Another one is right up here. It's like where I like to place mines. This here is a very good loop, and it's used a lot by survivors against any killer, really. So yeah. You could, of course, place your footprint right here if you'd like. But then that loop spot over there, see, like, this one over there, you wouldn't use the one up there if you place yours right here. But that would block off this loop and maybe a potential Shrek loop if there's a builder man. But like this one over here would still be open, which is why I like to place mines in the middle right there. Third and last footprint that I like to place down is on either of these entrances. I've heard this one was better because this is more open. Now, if you place your footprint here, obviously to block off the survivors, you would have to do a curve to the right, and like that. They would only, this area over here would be blocked off, so they would have to come back out here to you, and you can probably just like guard the room over here. Okay, other trap spots we can do. If they're abusing this like truck right here as a loop spot, right? You can run up to the truck really. Maybe look under the car and do that. And this will block off their only wave exit from over here. So they'll be forced to run up here to this side of the map. Now, of course, they can go over here, but this is a very bad decision. You can just run in here and then try to make them drop off. And if they do, come back over here and they're dead. Now, if you have your spikes off cooldown and there's somebody in here, they're cooked. Like, very easily cooked. Do something like that. And yes, GG's. Unless they like breaking your ankles, that's where you would use M1 discipline. Now, more drop spots. Over here, so a lot of people like to use this place as like somewhere to rest, maybe regain stamina while the killer's like closely. You can block off that way over there. And this way over here too. Just gotta make sure you curve it enough. It's just like that. More trap spots, because this map has a bunch of them. This area right here, I know survivors can loop this area. I probably don't know a trap spot for the way. Because if I can get this wall to connect to that one over there, yeah, this loop is unusable now. So the only way they can run is over here, maybe use this poster as a looping spot, but they'll be forced to run back into your footprint, which will be over here, if you use it. Which is another tip I have for John, though. Make sure to replace your traps after when there's 2 people left. After 4 minutes, or not 4 minutes, after 2 or 3 minutes, or like every few kills, let's say maybe 3 or 4. Now, this can also be a small little loop survivors can use. So if they run in here, it's easy. If they like from anywhere really, you just like chop that spot off. Or if they like run in from like this way, just block that part off. That might be a little bit too generous because it gives them like a lot of time to loop, so you don't even have to do it like that. I just curve it out a lot. It's just to like give myself like more room to maybe like catch them, pitch out, or run out. Same thing for this side over here. It's basically the same. I'm still learning how fast I need to curve my spikes so gaps won't be left. Now again, on any wall, if they're for some reason over here, that's the easy certified wall. Never seen anybody go over here though, so this one won't really be used. And I think that might be it for Cool Carnival. Now, if for some very odd reason you have two footprints in this greenhouse right here, so they can't use this like loop right here. Like, let's say if you literally have two right here, you can do what I like to call a parallel spike, which is if there's like two or more like exits, preferably three though. That's what would be the only time you use this strap. If they're running to the other exit, you can do that and block off their other exit. So then they'll be forced to run back into the trap. Or if you trap the other way, which in other situations this would be like just a full wall, then the only way to be either to run through the trap or just to run through you. And that's it for Cool Carnival. On to the next map, people. You.